Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, and we're going to be reviewing the cast of season 8 of Love is Blind. I set myself up for failure because ever since I started doing these cast reveals, y'all expect me to do it. So I've been fighting for my life, avoiding y'all sending me the cast. I wanted my impression to be a true first impression, so I've tried my best not to look at the messages. Let's get into it. But before I do, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. My blush is looking very bright. Listen guys, I promise it's not that bright. I don't know why it's so orange when I'm like straight on. But anyways, let's get into the cast. We're gonna start with the men. First, we have Boden. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Boden is 36, he's in tech sales, and he's a Leo. A proud immigrant and Ukrainian refugee. Oh wow, refugee. Boden says he's beyond grateful to now be living what he considers the American dream. The reason why I said oh wow is, I don't know if it's the same in the States, but in Canada there was this whole like issue of like Ukrainian refugees and whatever. So the fact that like they have that Ukrainian representation as a refugee on Love is Blind, love that for him. My parents brought me to this country, so I think I've made them proud by fulfilling what they came here to do, he says. Any future partner of Boden must embrace his history and unique upbringing because it gives people a more complete look at what he values and where he comes from. The former Marine was previously married for 5 years, which he considers the craziest thing he's done for love. Why? Getting married is a crazy... I'm gonna need to know more about that. I've ignored some red flags because I was in love, okay? He says since then, Boden has become crystal clear about what he's searching for, thanks to the power of time and therapy. Love, psych student, we love. But picky eaters need not apply. If you're just eating chicken nuggets all day and not open to trying other foods, then I don't want it. Well, he's Ukrainian. Ukrainian food is busting, so I can see what he's saying.
One time this girl came over to cook me a steak dinner and she ended up cutting off the tip of her finger.
Next is David. David is 29. He's a project manager and he's a Taurus. Oh, so that's going to be a thing this year. These star signs. Ooh la, here we go. For the past 6 years, former Navy officer David has been feeling a bit at sea when it comes to dating. I've constantly been away, and even then I've been close to proposing, only to fall short because of the logistical difficulties of long distance, he says. Now that David has hung up his sailor's cap, he's settled back on land in a new city and is ready to be both physically and emotionally available for love. I want to find my person, delete the dating apps. Good God. Feel you, and just start living my life with the love of my life, he adds. But any future partner who wants to get serious with David must respect the #1 woman in his life. The key to my heart is a woman who can get my mother's definite approval. Okay, I'm with you on the mother's approval, but if it's like, I don't know, sometimes mama's boys overdo it, so I'm gonna be watching out for that if we even see him in the season.
If I commit to something, I'm always gonna make sure that it happens.
Next, we have Garrett. Not gonna lie to you, the stance is scaring me just a little bit, but okay. Garrett is 33, he's a quantum physicist, wow, and he's a Taurus. The only real catch Garrett reeled in over the past few years came from the water during his weekend spearfishing adventures. Oh. I have not had any luck on the dating scene, he says. I've worked myself into this corner where I don't put any effort to meet women. Now he's casting a wider net to prioritize his love life after realizing a long-term relationship is what he's really after. As a driven quantum scientist, Garrett is used to leading with his head, but he's ready to dive heart first into the experiment. If an outdoorsy, confident, and down-to-earth woman is waiting on the other side of the pods, he'll get down on one knee and propose sight unseen.
I am allergic to cats, and I dated a woman with a cat for a year.
Jason is 30, he's a loan officer, and he's a Pisces. Heading into the experiment, Jason isn't sure if he's ever truly been in love before. And it's not for lack of trying, as he admits to wasting time on the wrong girls he knew he'd never marry. I'm gonna watch out for that. Okay. I've been very timid and not entirely put myself out there, he says. But now that Jason is in his 30s, he's developed a sincere longing to find a soulmate with whom he can start a family and make his mom happy in the process. As for what he's looking for, somewhat proper and definitely intellectual women who appreciate the stable life Jason's built for himself, including a booming rental business, will fit the bill. But Jason knows he's going to have to put work aside sometimes for the right person and respond to their texts from time to time. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, my worst habit is being a terrible texter, he says. I'm not great at communicating when I'm busy. So he says he has tried, but then also says he wasted his time with the wrong people he knew he would never marry. And on top of that too, like, you struggle to communicate, you're very busy. But I don't know, something about him is off to me a smidge. It sounds good on the surface, but a lot of things sounds good. All that glitters is not gold.
Find yourself first and then find the other person.
All right, moving on. Ooh, not a fan of this outfit, but I can't dress either, so who am I? Leo is 31, he's an art dealer, and he's an Aries. Successful and sophisticated Leo spends his days running his family's growing art dealing business. But when he clocks out of work, Leo likes to get in touch with his spiritual side. I'm really into yoga and meditating, he says. I have a real country part to me. I'm not understanding the sentence. I have a real crunchy part to me, which people don't often see day to day. What is that? What's a crunchy? What is that? Is he trying to say that he's quirky? Somebody help me. I'm lost. His ideal partner would vibe on the same level, and if she happens to laugh at his goofy jokes, even better. Leo tends to gravitate towards girly girls in real life, but he's leaving his usual type behind to let the experiment work its magic. You see, now this kind of type I can get with. Not, oh, my type is blonde, petite women with blue eyes, or no. If you say, oh yeah, my type is typically girly girls, I can walk with you. Like, I feel like that type makes sense coming into a process like this. Right now, we're dealing with on Married at First Sight. There's two guys who have a very specific type. I feel like if you're that kind of person, don't come in a show where you can't pick your partner. Like, yes, you can pick on Love is Blind, but it's sight unseen. Like, I can deal with the girly girl thing. In fact, he'll do just about anything to break the cycle of bars, dating apps, and superficial dates he's been stuck in to find someone who values a meaningful connection. Leo, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all.
Receptive to creativity. I'd love to see that in a partner as well.
Next is Nick D. Nick is 29, a real estate agent, and is an Aquarius. Former All-American college football player Nick retired his cleats when his dreams of playing in the NFL came to an end. But after building a stable real estate career and investing in his own happiness, he set his eyes on a new goal. I'm the perfect version of myself right now, and the next step in this journey is to find the perfect wife, he says. While Nick isn't attracted to a specific type of woman physically, ambition and confidence are major turn-ons because his ideal partner won't need him to feel complete. I like that. Compliment me. Don't complete me, baby. I don't want someone who's going to latch onto me and ride my wave, he says. I want someone who's going to provide value to my life, and I want to do the same for them. Come on, Nick D. I hope you find somebody, Nick. I like you. I don't.
Being independent, I don't want someone who's going to kind of latch on to me. I want someone who's going to provide value.
Next is Nick P. He is 31, a commercial sales real estate broker, and is a Sagittarius. Proud dad. Oh, is this our first dad? I think it is. Proud dad Nick is a hopeless romantic who's looking to switch up his dating strategy to find a future wife in the pods. I've only formed deep connections with women who've checked off the physical box, he says. I've been looking for the one through the wrong lens. Now he wants to be emotionally fulfilled in a long-lasting relationship with a woman who will fully embrace him and his 9-year-old. Okay, at least she's 9, because maybe if she was 3, if she was 2, I would have a problem, but we can go with 9. Okay. He's my why, Nick says about his child. Every step he takes, every moment he grows in any fashion, I am completely tickled. And if all else fails, he'll just tap into the force to guide him through the experiment's highs and lows. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. People hate, but it's the best movie series. And here I am hating with my face.
I'm a huge Star Wars guy. It's like the best movie series ever.
Hola, Star Wars. Ain't nothing wrong with Star Wars. Ain't nothing wrong with Star Wars. It's just funny how he's like, I'll just tap into the Force. Oh, shut up. Guys, don't take me seriously. I know some of you guys be taking my words too seriously. It's a joke. It's a joke. Moving on. Next is Perry, no platypus. He's 31, a realtor, and is a Libra. 6 months as a single guy in DC has left Perry seeking other options for finding a lifelong partner. It is the type of town where you get asked out on LinkedIn, is it? Actually, I went to DC for the first time this year, and there were a lot of like proper people, like real professional somebodies, and I would feel like, oh my gosh, like I feel like we're not qualified to be in this space. So I can see that. Asking out on LinkedIn, it is a form of social media. Anyways, I've been dating for years, trying to find that special person. And when he has met someone on a traditional dating app, isn't that crazy that dating apps are now considered traditional? Wow. The experience hasn't been what he expected. I showed up to an online dating date and she was a completely different person, he recalls. I just went on with it and we had a nice time. I didn't ever call out the elephant in the room. Oh, Perry's a sweetheart, trying not to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes it needs to hurt people's feelings, guys. Like, you're a catfish, you need to be called out. But nothing, not even a catfish, will stop Perry's pursuit of love, as he has always dreamed of getting married and starting his own family. And whoever locks down Perry in the pods can look forward to a lifetime of breakfast treats.
How great I am at baking bagels. Sesame bagel, everything bagel, poppy seed bagel, really whatever my friends want.
Okay. The hair is something. Okay, this is Ramses. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ramses is 35, a program associate at Justice Reform nonprofit, and is a Cancer. Ramses hasn't felt fully understood by his past partners, so being seen and accepted as he is what matters most going forward. Vulnerability is his superpower in relationships, and he hopes to meet a woman who can reciprocate the depth of emotion he has to offer. In the pods, someone who practices empathy will immediately grab his attention. And if so, he'll be all ears, as he counts listening as one of his best qualities. It's not that I don't believe him, but he's bigging himself up a lot. And I'm like, are you trying to be too good to be true? I don't know. We'll see. Plus, Ramses has plenty of experience with love, as he's previously been married. My first marriage came to an end because ultimately we just grew in different directions, and it was what was best for both of us, he says. 4 years later, he's now healed from the divorce and is entering into the experiment with an even clearer understanding of the woman with whom he wants to spend his life with.
I'm an immigrant, a first-generation immigrant, and I'm just really excited I get to do something that aligns with my values and my cores in terms of justice work.
Raymond is 33, consultant, and is a Sagittarius. Since graduating college, self-made military man, a lot of military people, I say a lot, but it's only been 3. Ray hasn't stayed at the same address for more than a year. Are you me, Ray? Everybody knows listen, I will change area codes in a second, okay? But after planting his roots in DC, he's done with long distance relationships. Also me? Are you me? Baby, okay. Now Ray is searching for a lifelong partner who can appreciate all sides of his personality. I just want people to know that I'm a complex human being, he says. I love that I'm multiracial, so it's kind of hard to put a tab on me. In addition to his military service, Ray has also picked up degrees from Oxford and Yale. Okay. As a military man, I can be shoved in a box, but actually what really helped me through that experience was being really big into musical theater in my childhood, he says. Stage presence translates to command presence. Dance choreography translates to marching in step, and stage makeup into camouflage face paint. Interesting.
I'm really big about being a leader of character. I would like to meet someone I mutually trust and respect.
Next is Steven. I'm triggered by the name Steven. If you guys watch Love is Blind UK, triggered. Steven is 34. He's an electrician and he's a Cancer. Fun, outgoing Steven knows all about keeping the spark alive as a professional electrician. Okay. But when it comes to love, he hasn't been able to make it work past the 2-year mark, leaving him eager to find a long-lasting partnership in the pods. The former Marine, wow! Another one, thank you. Says he refuses to settle because he understands his worth after spending the past year learning how to be the best version of himself. And he expects the same from his future wife as he's looking for an emotionally intelligent woman to match his energy. My type is a woman who wants you but doesn't need you. Can I pause here? I feel like a lot of the reason why, well, this might not be your experience, but as a straight woman living in this body, I feel like a lot of guys are struggling with, again, the guys that I encounter. Doesn't have to be you, because I know somebody's going to be, it's not all men. Relax. There's a shift in the women that I surround myself with, and it's no longer a matter of needing a man, but wanting a man. And I feel like some of the guys we come in contact with are grappling or struggling to grapple with this want for a man and not a need for a man. Because when you think back, and this is such a tangent, but we're here now. When you think back, a lot of women found their identity in partnership. There weren't a lot of rights. There weren't rights for women. And so to get some kind of status, you needed to be partnered. So now that women are able to obtain a lot of things on their own, some guys are struggling with that. And it's like, but that's what it should be. You shouldn't be with somebody who needs you. Because even for them, when you're no longer there, they're left in a destitute situation. Exhausted by the appearance-driven DC dating scene, Steven is now on a hunt to connect over laughs and, if he had his way, a Lord of the Rings movie marathon.
I'd say my time in the Marine Corps. A lot of ups and downs. It was a roller coaster, but overall, I take a lot of pride in that.
Next is, so how do you say his name? Because I'm used to that name being assigned to women. Tamar? Maybe it's still Tamar. I know it as Tamar. Interesting. I also don't feel like we've had a guy who looks like him. I'm intrigued. We're going to go with Tamar for now. Tamar is 33, video editor and animator, and he's a Taurus. Tamar is looking to break his single forever mindset after writing solo for the last 5 years. When it comes to relationships, Tamar always seems to find the right one at the worst time, leaving him curious about less conventional dating options. In fact, he even took part in the Love is Blind inspired singles event for people in his hometown of Baltimore. In the end, I didn't match with anybody, but I actually gained a good number of friendships out of it. Heading into the pods, Tamar is looking to avoid past mistakes and connect with an independent woman who can easily integrate into his friend group. He's not big on drama queens and vegans. The vegan has an exclamation point. So I'm like, damn, what did the vegans do? As Tamar's ex had a bad habit of blowing things out of proportion. Does that have to do with her being vegan? Okay, interesting. I just couldn't live with that anymore, he says. I like to be as drama-free in my life as possible. Now, Tamar, if you go out of the pods, we better see you being the peacemaker and not the instigator.
I hate that quote Spice Girls, but if you want to be my lover, you got to be with my friends. So like if my friends don't love you, then this is not going to work out.
This is Tim. Tim is 33. He's a web content strategist and he's a Virgo. Tim, a self-proclaimed old soul, has been set on marriage from a young age. But among his group of friends, his pursuit of love has become something of a running joke. Oof, who you telling? As they've been waiting not so patiently for him to find his person. My friends have always joked that my dating life has been like a reality show, he says. They're like, oh, Tim's dating someone else this year. But he won't rest until he finds his soulmate, as Tim believes family and marriage are the most important things one can do in their life. Okay. Tim believes none of his past partners have been able to fully understand him, so he's looking to break the streak with a confident and graceful Black woman. Period. Wow, I've never seen somebody in their bio specifically say, I want a Black woman. Now, this begs the question, what are you going to ask in the pods to figure out if she's a Black woman? Because what if she's a non-Black woman who just relates to Black culture and you get, you know, confused? Interesting, Tim. Wow. Very bold to just go out and say that, but I love it. I love it. So he's looking to break the streak with a confident and graceful Black woman who appreciates direct communication. The only thing that I don't like is the graceful. Because sometimes, again, we're going on a tangent. Guys, we're here. We are here. It's the same thing of like, oh, you're a strong Black woman. The connotation of being a strong Black woman has now turned negative. And oftentimes when somebody compliments you on being a strong Black woman, it's basically, I know that you're resilient enough to take on the burden that I am inevitably going to put on you. When you get praised as being, this has happened to me a lot of times too, like, oh, you're different. You're very put together. You're prim and proper. You know, you're so graceful. You're whatever. And it's funny too, because I was just telling my friends yesterday that I think I extend too much grace. And I was set up for failure by my parents because my middle name literally means to have mercy. And I have a little too much mercy sometimes. Whatever. I'm just gonna leave. I feel like this is such a layered conversation. It's not for the cast reveal. If you know, you know. If you don't, we could talk about it at another time. Okay. He says, my exes would describe me as clear and transparent to a fault, he says. I will not tell you a beautiful lie, even if you want me to.
I'm most proud of just resilience through trials and tribulations and not letting one monkey stop the show. Hey,
Tyler. Ew. Tyler is 34, an accountant manager, and is a Libra. Make tender-hearted Tyler laugh, and you'll have his love forever. As this former military man has a habit of dating jokesters. Can somebody tell me, is Washington, sorry, not Washington, DC. Is DC like the Mecca for ex-military? Or did that just happen? Did it just happen that way? I'm so intrigued, but there's so many military people. But he's ready to get serious about dating after looking for the one in all the wrong places. Okay, all y'all got the same thing. Like, okay. How are y'all putting yourselves in these wrong places all the time? I'm just, all right. Especially within the status-obsessed DC dating scene. I've tried to find love every other way, and I'm excited about the experiment because it's something different, he says. Tyler's last relationship ended because his ex didn't have her life together, so now he's searching for a self-possessed? Yeah, that's what it says. Woman who can match his energy. It's because I'm Christian. When I see possessed, I'm like, what does that mean? Bonus points if she's a horse girl, as Tyler would love to gallop off into the sunset with his soulmate. I used to ride horses professionally, and now I do it for fun.
Pay for someone's rent that lived hours from me. She was cheating the whole time.
On to the women. Okay, Alexandra. You see, Alexandra, I see you, and I'm already like, I fear. It's just a fear that I have for my mid-size and plus-size girlies. We know how it goes on these shows. So I fear, but she's beautiful. Alexandra is 33, a producer of what? And is a Leo. Sure, Alexandra would love a diamond on her finger, but she's already got some precious metal of her own. My heart is made of gold, she said. Oh, bye. Bye! I thought she was gonna have like from a surgery or something. Anyways, my heart is made of gold, she says. I can get along with literally anyone, and I'm really easy to talk to. Unfortunately, her exes haven't exactly handled her heart with care, as both of her longest relationships have ended quite dramatically. One ex wasn't upfront about his sexual orientation, and the other was unfaithful. In the past, I have been attracted to what was good for me and didn't have any boundaries. So was it good for you then? I don't know. Ultimately, I dated people who didn't care about my well-being. That's sad. But Alexandra isn't giving up on love, especially if a tall and fine gentleman who leads with compassion and confidence comes into the picture. Okay.
I have a lot to offer. My heart is made of gold, pretty much.
Next is Allie. Allie, I must say, this pink on your skin, gorge. Love it. Allie's 31, a master esthetician, and is a Pisces. Allie is attracted to tall teddy bear men with southern charm. Girl, you are me. You are me! Yes. But somehow ends up dating short, bald men. Oh, you're not me. Okay. So she's given up on defining her usual type. But no matter what a guy looks like, he'll go far with Allie if he leads with empathy and communication skills, and his communication skills are on point. After letting far too many situationships run past their expiration date, this beauty and skincare expert isn't clogging up her feed with any more men who aren't willing to commit. I've yet to find the one because I've settled for less than I know I deserve, she says. Allie is proud to come from an extremely diverse family, so she's attracted to guys who are all about culture, exploration, and who enjoy eating different types of food. You might work out with the Ukrainian girl, who knows? Oh, and if she could find a fellow Potterhead to spend the rest of her days with, that would be nice too.
Whether it's making a reservation or calling to confirm that you're on for that night, effort goes a long way.
Next is Ashley A. Hey, Ashley. Brown on brown on brown, baby. Oh, yes, girl. Nice. Ashley's 32, a marketing director, and is an Aquarius. Ashley is a true ride or die for the people in her life. And she's looking for a man to do the same. Be careful with that ride or die thing, because guys, I don't feel like we should be dying for everybody we ride with. I just don't think that should be the case. But let's move on. I haven't found someone who protects my heart the way they protect their own. That's profound right there. In past relationships, honesty and communication have been in short supply, leading Ashley to go through one former partner's phone. But now she's done playing games with love. Okay, I'm glad you know that you're playing games, because play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Why are we going through phones? Yikes. But now she's done playing games with love and wants to open her heart for a faith-driven guy who both appreciates her stealthy sense of humor and quiets her anxieties. The key to my heart is being able to be soft with a man who I can trust with my heart, she says. And if he wouldn't mind joining her on a home goods run from time to time, that might seal the deal.
I'm funny. People don't know that. Like, I'm innately funny. I'm not like self-proclaimed funny. People tell me that I'm funny.
Next is Ashley. Now, already we've gone through 4 women and they've all been, I'm assuming, Black. But do we have people in the circle? Not the circle. Do we, not the circle job. Do we have people on the cast who want a Black woman? We got one who said it explicitly, but we know how it goes for us sometimes. And if you want to act like it doesn't go a certain way for us, then you're not looking. You're not paying attention. I love that we're on the show, but if we're not getting any love, what's the point? Ashley, you're so pretty. Ashley's 32. She's a health and wellness educator, and she's a Cancer. Ashley has 2 sides to her: the really girly girl who loves glamming it up, and the inner tomboy. I like to get down and dirty and play a lot of sports, she says. You might think I'm prissy, but I'm very adventurous. This dedicated middle school teacher is searching for an athletic, compassionate, and well-groomed partner to accept every part of her. And if he can pay the bills, even better. Now, what do you mean by pay the bills? Now, me personally, I would like, I gotta pay the bills. I'm not gonna lie to you. However, pay all the bills or pay the big bills. In a past relationship, Ashley footed all the expenses. All of them. He didn't have a car and a place to stay or a good job. Not you were with a hobosexual. Baby, no ma'am. So I provided pretty much everything, but I was okay with it because I loved him. Never that. Never that. After a journey of self-acceptance during COVID, Ashley has finally embraced her confidence and raised her standards. Thank God. It took me a long time to find my worth and be at peace with my alone time. Ashley, baby, I want more for you. I do. Oh, wow.
Be a sole provider to my man at the time, but I was okay with it because I loved him.
Let's get into the next one. Brittany is 33, is an esthetician, and is a Cancer. Brittany regularly collects garbage with her Baltimore-based beach cleanup organization, 10,000 pounds so far. So let's just say she has little to no patience, for dating trash men. Okay. That's funny. Instead, this esthetician and environmentalist is drawn to guys who are just as adventurous as she is, which has even led her to date a rock star. I've had a crazy, crazy life, she says. My exes would describe me as a wild card because my interests change all the time. So do your interests change as frequent as like your standards or your values change, your expectations? Interesting. Brittany has a preference for dating older men, especially, how old is she? 33? There's not too many late 30s in the group. Especially if they happen to look like a blonde Viking with long hair. That's a little specific, babes. I don't know if you're going to find that here. I don't remember any guy looking like that, but okay. But most importantly, Brittany is seeking a real commitment with a future-oriented partner who appreciates jet setting and stability in equal measure.
I have a beach cleanup organization, and to this day, we've picked up over 10,000 pounds of trash.
Next is Dylan. I like Dylan's dress. It's cute. Yeah, it's cute. Simple, cute, yeah. Realtor and artist, and she's an Aries. The key to Dylan's heart is not only understanding her weirdness, but embracing it. I'm that crazy fun friend people bring around to have a good time and do something out of their element, she says. This multifaceted hustler is all about her business as a Baltimore-based real estate agent, but always makes time to tap into her artistic side. Be it painting, woodworking, building furniture, or whatever creative pursuit she can channel her energy into. After years of dating chaos, Dylan says she needed to take a beat and tap back into her inner peace. I have spent time with people I loved. Then I forgot to love myself. She explains. In the pods, Dylan hopes to meet a motivated and goofy guy with whom she can go the distance. And if he can teach her how to finally ride a bike. Oh no, that's like my mom.
I think people are most surprised by the fact that I can't ride a bike, so I'll just leave that there.
Ooh, I like her. I like the boots too. Ooh, yes. Hey, Hannah. Hannah's 27, a medical devices. Sorry, checking if we're still recording. In medical devices sales and is an Aquarius. Depending on who you ask, Hannah's lack of filter is either a blessing or a curse when it comes to her dating life. Girl, same. I'm a very honest person, she says. It sometimes comes off as rude or heartless, but it's just me looking out for others' best interests. I really do have a kind heart. After 3 years of being single, this self-proclaimed country girl is ready to kick her dating life into high gear and finally let someone else take control. I can't find the love of my life from the comfort of my couch. You're right, Hannah. You're right. I was going to argue it, but you're right. She's hoping to make a soul connection with an ambitious man who will match her communication style and become a dog dad to her furry baby, Luna. Plus, her West Virginia drawl is sure to make an impression on the guys on the other side of the pods.
Men are great. I think women a lot of times are a little bit more loyal, so I think they could work on their loyalty.
Next, we have Katie. Katie is 36. I think she's the oldest woman so far. She's in sports marketing management and is a Taurus. Katie worries that some may hold preconceived notions about why she's 35 and single. Yeah, they probably would. People assume that I'm crazy, but I'm actually the opposite. Is it people who know you who assume that you're crazy, or strangers? Because if it's people who know you, I don't know if it's the opposite, but we'll see. I'm way too cool and let everybody get away with everything. The former college lacrosse player says she's wasted too much time with the wrong ones. What is going on in DC? Oh my gosh. As she has a history of chasing emotionally unavailable men and trying to turn them into the ideal partner. Working in the world of sports hasn't helped either. As she says, some believe she comes off as cold and emasculating. Ooh. Though nothing could be further from the truth. Well, I don't know. A lot of people are making assumptions about you and you keep saying it's not true. Babe. I'm a big love bug, she says. I want an alpha man. Jesus is Lord. She wants an alpha man. All right. Someone to say, that's my girl, and I pick her. Someone to say, that's my girl, and I pick her. I've never had anybody choose me. All right. Woo. And if Katie doesn't meet the love of her life in the ponds, she'll shout it from the rooftops again and again. Oh no, my makeup. As her worst habit is being repetitive, I tell the same story over and over. Katie? I think Katie lacks some self-awareness. But we'll see. I don't know this girl from Adam. We will see.
People assume because I'm 35 and single that I'm crazy. I'm actually the opposite. I'm like way too cool.
I love when Black women choose bold colors because it just makes us pop. Yes. Also, Afro supremacy. Love it. Marissa is 32, a lawyer, and is an Aries. By joining Love is Blind, Marissa is hoping to tug on the invisible string she believes connects her with her future husband. We are still in our individual journeys, but hopefully he's here, she says. While spending 7 years in the Navy didn't exactly work wonders for her dating life, Marissa has no regrets about her military service. That experience is the thing I'm most proud of, she says. Since then, the recent law school graduate has prioritized her studies over just about everything else. And now she's looking to start a new chapter, hopefully with an intelligent and empathetic partner who doesn't mind her habit of burping out loud. In the past, Marissa says guys have tended to realize way too late that they were not ready for a relationship. Men fall in love with my looks and charms, but don't want to take time to really get to know me. Damn.
I have 2 cats, and I don't like people who hate cats. You have to at least, you know, be neutral about them.
Hey, Monica. Okay, so remember when I said the bold colors? I'm not a fan, but Monica, you grown, you know what you're doing. Monica is 37. She's a sales executive and she is a Gemini. How many Black women is this now? Good Lord. I hope it's not a disaster, y'all. I mean, they're in Chocolate City. Pray for my girls. Monica's 37, a sales executive, and is a Gemini. Scroll through Monica's Instagram and you might assume she's a complete extrovert who's always at music festivals or on the dance floor. I have a big personality and I tend to be the life of the party, but I'm also incredibly sensitive, she says. Deep down, all Monica wants is to meet the man of her dreams and start a family. But her love life hasn't exactly gone smoothly in recent years. The craziest thing I've done for love is forgive a cheater. That's why finding someone who makes her feel emotionally safe is a top priority moving forward. And she has a big example to set as a role model for her 4 younger sisters. They're my best friends, and I'm just really proud to be leading our pack. Oh! Hey, girl.
If your love life was a book, what would this chapter be called?
Holy shit.
Because this is so crazy.
Then we have Morgan. Morgan is given pageant queen. Big hair, big hair. Morgan is 33, a sales team lead, and is an Aries. Is she the last one? Oh, Lord, there's a lot of people. Guys, my hands hurt, and I gotta go to church. Jeez. Morgan is 33, is a sales team lead, and is an Aries. There are a few things former pageant... What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? There are a few things former pageant queen Morgan wishes more people knew about her. I'm smarter than I look, and I'm also extremely kind, open, and honest, she says. The superficiality of modern dating and swiping away on the apps has left Morgan exhausted, as most guys these days can't match her emotional depth. Men aren't willing to do the emotional labor to appreciate what I have to bring to a relationship, she says. I won't settle when my life is so fulfilling at this stage. Her one piece of advice for the opposite sex, go to therapy. Well, I can't argue with you there, sis. Morgan is done accepting the absolute bare minimum in relationships. Men, even the tall and nerdy ones she typically goes for, who are ready to be genuine partners on every level, won't get past the first date with Morgan. Now, I hear a lot of what Morgan is saying, but Morgan is giving strict. Strictiana, okay? Like, it seems like you aren't very fond of men right now. We'll see. We'll see. But it seems like men, she's not a fan. She's not a fan at the moment. You got to really come with your P's and Q's. On your P's and Q's? Whatever letters, you got to be on them.
That I'm smarter than I look, and that I'm also extremely kind and open and honest.
Nina is next. Nina's giving me like a goth tease. Nina's 32, a journalist, and is a Libra. Want to be Nina's lover? Well, then you got to get with her friends. I should have seen that one coming. You got to get with her friends and family, including her younger sister, Tara, who's also entering the experiment. Plot twist. Who is calling me? Not right now. If someone doesn't fit in seamlessly with them. Oh, you mean the family, or do you mean you and your sister? Oh gosh. Then it's not going to work. That's it, she says. For the past year, Nina has been healing from a heartbreak of ending a 9-year relationship with her ex-fiance. I'm most proud of the way I handled the breakup, she says. I've done a lot of work on myself, and now I'm killing it in every aspect, okay? I feel amazing, she adds. Now that Nina's officially entered what she calls her YOLO era, she's ready to embrace everything Love is Blind has to offer if she can push past her pickiness.
I want someone that remembers like the little things that I like or I don't like and considers my feelings.
Tara is next. Tara's giving me a quirky tease. I like it. I like it. Tara is 29, a senior marketing manager, and is a Virgo. Taking a leap of faith to find love isn't exactly new territory for Tara, who's joining her sister Nina in the pods. From getting asked out by her server during a meal to almost moving to Germany for her ex-boyfriend, this social butterfly is open to all connections no matter where they come from. Her dating experience, however, hasn't exactly given her the confidence in men. My past relationships have always been with someone who's insecure with himself and is not in the right place in their life, she says. Plus, she never seems to be on the same page with men about communication. I'm always open to conversation, no matter how hard. Tara says, oh, sorry. Come on, girl. Act like you went to school. I'm always open to conversation, no matter how hard, Tara says, but my worst habit is needing to have the last word. Lately, however, Tara describes her dating life as a bit bland, so she's looking to spice it up by letting Love is Blind work its magic.
Bland, but I guess exciting now, so bland but exciting.
Second last is Taylor. Taylor is a clean energy policy consultant and is a Pisces. As a scientist working in clean energy, Taylor is more than familiar with experiments, but she's never encountered one quite like Love is Blind. For the past few years, Taylor has been prioritizing almost everything else in her life over dating, focusing on building herself up first before entering into a serious relationship. As you should. But she's always longed for a relationship like the one her parents have. They've been married for 35 years and showcase how to be great partners, she says. Another tangent. Yeah, at this point, you should know it comes with being on this channel. I tell my mom all the time, she has set me up for failure. They have been, how old is my brother? 35? So they've been together for about 37 years. And I genuinely look up to their relationship. It's not a situation of like, oh, you know, they suffered through it. Like, no. Their love story is truly one that I admire. Not to say I want to replicate it because I'm a different person. I have my own standards and stuff. But the foundation they have, baby, it's not giving that in 2024. It's really not. Like, ugh. I feel you, girl. I do. Now Taylor is ready to convert her love of me time to we time for a kind, intellectually curious, and emotionally intelligent guy. While she tends to go for tall men with an athletic build, it's what's inside that matters most. The key to my heart, she says, is loving me for my mind.
The craziest thing I've done is forgiven cheating.
Last but not least is Jenny. Come on, Jenny. It's giving Jenny from the block. Jenny from the block. Yes. Jenny is 31, an accountant, trainer, coordinator, and is a Cancer. Bubbly and energetic Jenny is at the end of her rope with these useless and Sorry, I thought she was going to talk about men. With the useless and disappointing dating scene in DC. This is my last and final shot. I'm going to have to move after this, she jokes. All she's ever wanted is to find a nurturing and supportive partner who can reciprocate her energy. Men should put themselves in our shoes and feel how vulnerable it is to date, she says. This might be a hot take. I think dating is quite vulnerable for men in the sense that they are required to put themselves out there more than women are. I feel oftentimes having to experience that rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection because you are looked at as the person who's supposed to make the first move. I think that's quite vulnerable. Now in a relationship, some men could use a lot more vulnerability, but I think it's on both sides. I don't think it's just women who experience that. Anyways, that's her take, so it is what it is. But Jenny doesn't want to date just anyone. She wants to find the one, even if he's taking his sweet time. And if he has effortless swag or sexiness to them, even if they're nerdy, Jenny will definitely want a second date. I'm taking time to find the love of my life, she says. I want it to last forever.
I would say to put themselves in our spot and know how vulnerable, especially as a woman, it is to date.
All right, that's everybody. I'm definitely late for church. I can't really give too many thoughts right now because like I said, I'm running late, but that is the first impressions video. Like I said, they are in DC. Whew. The show comes back October 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm here for the ride. Y'all know Love is Blind is a great time for me. It's a great time for you. It's a great time for us. So as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.